to the Sewing Guru and their brand new collection. Now in this collection I'm going to show you how to make the Gents Tailored trousers. Now I'm going to cover every single step and I'm going to carry you every step of the way so that you don't get lost in any part. So we're going to go over the measuring, the pattern construction, the actual garment makeup. We're going to go over the equipment that you're going to need and just absolutely every aspect of the tailored trouser so that you can make your own for the future. So the first thing what we need to do is of course go over the equipment that you are going to need in order for you to make your tailored trousers. Now I've got all of my equipment laid out on the pattern table, so let's get started. So here we are at the pattern table, and as you can see there's a lot of equipment and fabrics and all sorts that we're going to need in order for us to make these trousers. So because there's such a lot, I think the best bet is for me to divide this into two stages. So first of all I'm going to talk about the machinery, and then I'm going to talk about the fabrics and the tools that you're going to need. So let's start off with the machinery. So first of all you're going to need an overlocker, you're going to need a sewing machine, you're going to need a steam iron, and of course you're going to need your pressing equipment as well. Okay, this is not machinery, but of course it's classed as sort of the tools that combine with the machines rather than the fabric and the essential tools that you need. So I'm going to be using a wooden clapperboard. There is a seam roll here, okay, for the seams, and also a sleeve board as well. Now of course I will be covering every stage of your trousers, so each time that we go onto a certain stage that needs this pressing equipment or needs a certain tool, then of course I will be going into that in much more depth anyway. Okay, so don't worry if you don't really understand everything at this stage. Okay, we will be going into that in much more depth later on. So like I said, you're going to need your pressing equipment, and of course that coincides with your steam iron. Okay, it's always best to use a steam iron with a water reservoir, because then of course you get a burst of steam which of course really presses your fabrics very nicely. Now an overlocker is used to prevent the fabric from fraying. All trousers are overlocked on the inside, and of course all of the pocket bags can be as well. Now if you don't have an overlocker, you can use a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine, okay, and it tends to give the same effect. But of course if you're going to be making a professional pair of trousers, I would definitely recommend getting an overlocker. Now of course I did mention that the pocket bags are going to be overlocked as well, but of course you can use a binding around the pockets. All professional tailored trousers have binding that go round the edge of the pocket. So that is our machinery. So now we can go on to the tools and the fabrics that we need in order for you to create your trousers.